To understand where we are in terms of sex education, we first have to understand how we got the sex education we have today. Federal funding for teen pregnancy prevention in the form of abstinence only education began back in 1981 with the passage of the Adolescent Family Life Act, otherwise known as the Chastity Act. This act focused on developing programs that promoted abstinence only education with the goal of reducing STD and teen pregnancy rates. AFLA is still in effect today, but it has gone under a few changes over the years. Funding for AFLA decreased during the 80s and 90s, but began to increase back in 1996. And by 2006 and 2007, the annual funding had increased to $31 million, with $13 million being dedicated solely to the abstinence-only programs. In 2005, however, Government Performance Review gave the program a poor rating and stated that the program lacked any results. In 1996, the Personal Responsibility and Work Opportunity Reconciliation Act was passed. Inserted in that bill was $50 million worth of funding for abstinence-only education. These funds are administered by the Federal Maternal and Child Health Bureau at the Department of Human Service under Title V, Section 510 of the Social Security Act. Also included in Title V was an abstinence education component with specific abstinence until marriage only standards. It gave an 8-point definition of abstinence-only education. 3 of these points were that sex education is a program that 1. Teaches abstinence from sexual activity as the only certain way to avoid pregnancy and STIs. 2. Teaches that sexual activity outside of marriage may have harmful physiological and physical effects. And 3. Teaches that having children out of wedlock may have harmful consequences for the child, the child's parents, and society. While federal guidelines stated that it was not necessary to place equal emphasis on each point, $20 million in direct funding was set aside for programs that followed all 8 points. That number was later doubled. And that is where we are today. To date, Congress has spent over $1.5 billion in ineffective abstinence-only programs.